When you say that bcIMC is one of your investors and that Doug Pearce was the first person who made that decision to invest in your firm, your credibility goes up dramatically in that moment that you say the word bcIMC and Doug Pearce.
He sets an example to everyone else in Canada, and for the last 30 years, people have been trying to replicate the greatness that he created.
And quite frankly, I don't think the people of British Columbia could have hoped for a better steward of their retirement assets than Doug Pearce.
That day, I'll never forget it, when we met him, everyone in our firm just said, this is the kind of partner that we would love to have.
My first impression of him was someone who is extremely intelligent, dedicated, and very hardworking.
He was so generous with his time, his wisdom, his experience, and all of us as we were flying home at the end of the day said, wow, we want to create a culture and an organization that is similar to bcIMC.
I've always found him to be a humble, gentle, but superbly intelligent guy.
A man of immense humour, integrity, and he bought me a beer.
I guess our impression of him was that he was awesome.
What makes Doug tick? It's a higher calling. He wants to improve the world order.
Doug is a guy with a strong moral code, a real sense of right and wrong.
He has a very strong set of principles, of values.
That's what drives Doug, doing the right thing for the most people he possibly can.
He is an extremely moral, ethical man who you can count on. A handshake from Doug is all you need.
I didn't like it when he took the money away from us, John.
No, didn't he fire you?
Yeah, he fired me.
Yeah, he fired me too. Do you think we have to pay for our drinks tonight?
I don't know. Maybe there's a cash bar.
Doug is genuine.
Principled.
Steady.
The real deal.
The word would be integrity.
Discreet.
Civil.
Insightful.
Builder. Visionary.
Icon.
Mensch. And Mensch is a person of noble character, someone you want to emulate.
Godfather. And I don't mean the kind with killing, etc. I mean his shrewd business sense, his kindness, and his understanding and caring about family. He treats us all as a family.
I always got a kick out of Doug's compensation being reported in the press.
Doug enjoyed that too, tremendously.
Yeah, I thought it was sort of quite helpful on all of us when it came to salary review time, don't you think?
No, I thought so.
Doug, on your watch, bcIMC has created a world-class investment infrastructure right here in BC. And that means 200 British Columbians have high-paying jobs here instead of in Hong Kong or New York. You've invested our assets in BC companies in real estate, and you've done it wisely.
The ripple effect of how many entrepreneurs and businesses he's supported that he doesn't even realize has occurred. It's been truly amazing.
He wanted to create a management structure for private equity in Canada. And that was very statesmanlike. That was something which was extremely important in the industry in the mid to late 90s when the industry barely didn't exist.
Most importantly, he has taken integrity, governance integrity, really serious and put that at the forefront of all of his efforts right across Canada and around the world.
His time as chair of the Canadian Coalition for Good Governance was a very important contribution.
Well, in British Columbia, he changed it from top to bottom by encouraging the government to change the laws so that those who contributed, made contributions to their pension funds also had a say in how those pension funds were being run and how the investments were being made. It truly was revolutionary.
In the infancy of bcIMC, people were worried about diversification of assets, and Doug had to write about 2,000 letters with his team to assure people that their investments would be safe with bcIMC.
Doug truly was one of the pioneers of what's come to be known as the Canada model.
Doug's foresight and builder's instincts resulted in his being a founding member of the Pacific Pension Institute, which is a very highly influential organization. They represent trillions of dollars of investment.
Doug was truly one of the original maple revolutionaries.
Didn't he drive down commission rates in the province?
Not mine.
And I want to say this to you, Doug. Although you may not be the loudest guy in the room, you're certainly one of the best. and I can say on behalf of all British Columbians and Canadians, the example you've set has been one that all of us would like to follow.
The Portfolio Management Foundation program. This program has graduated a large number of people who've gone into portfolio management jobs around the world. And what it's really done is to put a new generation in place with the right values, with the right objectives.
Doug's been a visionary through all of his roles. He embraced concepts like corporate social responsibility, governance, shareholder activism, long before it became fashionable to do so.
He has a huge and well-defined sense of social responsibility. He's always encouraging the people around him who manage British Columbia's investments to make it greener, to make it socially responsibility. Is it an investment that represents diversity? Are we running our companies where we are inclusive and diverse?
I think he's been at the forefront of advocating for women's rights, for women participating in our industry, for having women on boards. He was like one of the prime movers and founders of the Forum for Women Entrepreneurs.
And through Doug, many women received internships at places like Ventures West, GrowthWorks, Tricor Pacific Capital, and they have great careers today. And so Doug continued to do this far beyond the PMF in organizations like the Forum for Women Entrepreneurs, and his legacy will always be there.
You know, in the city of London, one of the financial capitals of the world, the question is rippling through all of the offices and high-rise towers. What's going to happen with Doug Pearce?
I actually thought Doug retired about 10 years ago. Is he still employed?
No, he still works there. I
Really?
didn't think he was still working there.
What is he doing there?
Oh, I don't know. I see him down at the beach in those big baggy shorts and the metal detector. That's where I see him.
Doug has spent his life so far for the benefit of others. Would it be a wonder if I said that after his retirement he would continue doing philanthropic work and doing it in a low-key manner for the benefit of other people?
So Doug, on your retirement from bcIMC, congratulations. You've had a wonderful run, and thank you also for your wonderful commitment to the Canadian Coalition for Good Governance. You've been a real stalwart in the financial sector over these 25 plus years, and we all appreciate it very much and wish you the very best in your retirement.
Doug, thank you for your tremendous contributions to our province and for the public service employees and retirees who benefit from your work every day. As you move off into retirement, let me say this on behalf of all British Columbians and a grateful province. Thank you for all you've done.
Doug, thank you. You've been a huge part of the success of our industry, for sure. But I would also say, man, you've been a huge part of the success of our firm. And we're appreciative of that.
The private equity industry in Canada itself has significantly benefited, grown, and exists today in large part because of Doug. And we're all grateful to him for that.
I am absolutely certain that you also will chart a very productive, very rewarding, and very stimulating next chapter of your life in these years ahead.
Doug, you've done so much for everybody else. Now it's your time.